Hi, guys. Good afternoon and morning to you, Marid. How are you guys doing today?
Hello, Hazim. All good?
All well. Wonderful to see you guys here. Let me just quickly start off the webinar. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. You guys can see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Great. Once again, hello everyone, and welcome to Codelar's webinar. We've got an interesting topic today, one that's been discussed by many people in the retail and e-commerce industries. We will be discussing the future of retail, the emerging trends, and the role of technology. My name is Hazim, and I am the account manager for Middle East and North Africa here at Codelar, and I will be your host for today's session. Let me begin first by giving you a quick introduction of Codelar. Codelar was founded in 2015 by three passionate developers who simply wanted to build amazing e-commerce products that not only satisfied our customers, but also gave an incredible experience to their customers as well. Fast forward to today, we are more than a development company, having deployed over 180 projects and expanding our talent pool to over 250. We have grown and scaled up like our customers and now provide end-to-end solutions for companies mainly in the retail industry, to architect, orchestrate, and innovate omnichannel experiences all along the digital front. That is from providing the e-retail consultations to developing e-commerce storefronts to ERP, PIM, OMS, you name it. In short, we have a team of digital commerce enthusiasts delivering award-winning e-commerce and omnichannel experiences. We have also a session of our guest speakers who are here today to share their thoughts on the topic, because Codelar believes, just like our partners present with us here today, in the power of knowledge and the value that comes with it for everybody in the industry by conducting these events such as this webinar. Now, this will be the first of many, so do follow us on our socials and expect a lot more content to come. To our audience, let me just set the format of this webinar. We will begin this webinar with a brief session from our special guest speakers. Like I mentioned earlier, we have Mustafa from Wigo and Wasim from Hotback Global. I'm not sure if Wasim is here yet, but yes. We were supposed to have one more special guest speaker, but unfortunately she couldn't make it due to a health emergency. We wish her a speedy recovery though, and look forward to having her for the next one. After our guest speakers have conveyed their thoughts, I will give the floor to our esteemed partners, each a thought leader of their own domain. Director of Global Partnerships at Find, Yazdan Irani. Yazdan, if you could just wave into the camera when I call you. There you are. And we've got Head of Partnerships, EMEA at Clevu, Mariad Hati. And Director of Product Marketing at Freshworks, Ashwin Santana Gopalan. Once our speakers have shared their thoughts on the topic, we will open the floor to our audience who will ask the questions from our speakers. And that is the part that I'm most excited for. Awesome. Now, to kick things off, let's have Mustafa from Wigo introduce himself and share his knowledge on the subject. Mustafa, over to you.
Hello, Hazim. Hello, everyone on the call. Thanks for the Codelar to host this informative and very productive event, and also have us as a guest speaker for this event. So, hello, everyone from here. I am Mustafa Tawakkul, the General Manager for Wigo Egypt. Wigo, if you don't know, Wigo is a marketplace, and it's a travel technology company that is displaying their contents as an OTA and also other contents for other OTAs into its marketplace, as an e-commerce company. Egypt office, mainly the office that is operating all the back office functions that supporting the operations of this website and this travel technology and this travel operations. So we are talking about now the customer service and how the AI is very important to the generative AI that is now impacting all our business and our needs into the CS as a functions. And if we are talking about customer services, we usually speak about two more important divisions into the customer service as unit. The first one is the customer service or the customer experience, which affect or impact with the customer experience, visiting our websites and taking the whole journey from A to Z. And the other part for the customer service unit is the customer service operations, which is the part that impacting our operations and the workflow and the day-to-day activities. Being a partner with the Freshdesk or Freshworks that we are now partnering with them for almost 8 years, we are using all their automations and all their generative AI solutions, supporting our needs from the both sides, the customer experience side, as well as the other customer operation side. So, for example, today when we are talking about the generative AIs, we have using the Freddy AI bot from Freshdesk or Freshworks. Firstly, they have implemented a very generative and very smart bot that can make the customer journey interactions into our chats environment model very easy and very productive, where the customer can interact with the bot from E to Z to finish all the needs and execute whatever he wants. So today, the generative AI bot that we are taking from Freshworks, which is Freddy AI, can integrate with our internal database, bringing some data, pull some data, info, provided to the customer interacting with this bot till it's finished to finalizing the full of the executions of the full need the customer wants. On the other side, also we have another model into the Freddy AI from Freshchats that from the customer operation side that can summarize all the interactions that we had with the specific customers from E to Z, summarizing all the interactions like calls, like chats, all the history, all the contents, all the interaction that had between the agent, live agent, and the customer, summarize it so we can quickly and easily figure out what were the cases and how can we take very good analytic insights out of these interactions later on into our strategic thinking about what to do next with our service to our valuable customers. So I don't want to take much of your time. I keep the rest of my guest speakers to continue sharing with you what their experience with the AI today on their fields. So thank you so much, everyone, and I'm here for any questions you'd like to ask.
Thank you so much, Mustafa. That was really insightful. Thank you so much once again for your bit. Now I'd like to hand the mic over to Wasim. Wasim, why don't you go ahead?
Hi all. So thank you for inviting me as a guest here. So I'll give a quick introduction about Hotpack and what we are doing. So we are the largest manufacturer of packaging products in the Middle East and North Africa. We started in 1995, and this is our 29th year. And currently, we are exporting our products to more than 106 countries across the world, as well as we are having a product portfolio of 4,000 plus products. So in terms of the retail, as a topic is the future of retail. So what we are currently doing is the omni-channel retailing. So our focus is to do sales wherever the customer are available, whether it is in WhatsApp. If he's a person who would like to talk in WhatsApp and get the products, then we are having a personalized WhatsApp chat for the customers. Then we have an online store. If some customers, they need to purchase an online store, we have an online store. Then if some customers, if they want to buy offline, we have showrooms. We have around 50 showrooms across the globe. Then we have countries. So wherever the customer is, we are available there. Even if they want to buy in the regular hypermarket they are going, our products are available there. So we are a customer first company, and where the customers are there, we will be available there. That's our core. And whatever new developments happened in this AI and as well as the new technologies, we already implemented. Our chatbots are AI-based chatbots are there. Then even in our website itself, AI-based searches are available. Then even in our retail store, the customer walk in, and even in the website, product suggestions, everything is based on AI. So whatever new technologies are available, we are already using it, and we are happy to collaborate with if any new technology is coming in future.
Awesome. Wasim, thank you so much for that. I definitely expect no less from you. If you remember, in my previous venture, when I used to be in touch with you, I remember you're a person who likes to take action first, and then answer to the management later. So yeah, definitely, excited that, you being in the manufacturing industry, keeping customer first, and then, adopting technology that's beneficial for the customers. So yeah, definitely big up to you, Wasim. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much to both our speakers. It's been amazing hearing both of your thoughts and knowledge on the topic. Now, let's hand over the floor to our partners who will share their thoughts on the topic, the future of retail. Who would like to go first? Yezdan, why don't you go first? Then Mariette can take over, and then followed by Ashwin.
Sure. I'll just get my screen up. Just give me a few seconds, please. You all can view my screen?
Not yet. It is loading. Oh, yes, it works now.
Just 1 second, please. We are good. Sorry for the delay here. And firstly, thank you, Hazim and Cordella team, for organizing this webinar today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from the respective time zones you are joining in today. Just to talk more about, I represent Find. Okay, I'm going to cover the topic about crafting in-store shopping experiences with unified commerce tech, which in turn results in better shopping customer experience and store productivity. To start with, I just would like to give a brief about myself. I am Yezdan Irani. I head the global partnerships at Find. I have close to 14 years of experience in retail tech and have worked across geographies like India, the Middle East, and the USA. My strength mainly lies in business development, partnerships, and account management. How I work with my customers is I would like to understand the problem statement. If I can solve it, nothing like it, or it's through the partners, I would get them routed through. I've seen all of retail tech because worked for good 14 years, right from the time the e-commerce boom, then the marketplaces. Now we all have heard and seen, witnessing ourselves using quick commerce as a solution. Just move to this next slide. This is more about our own commerce platform. I'll speak a few lines about who we are as a company. We are headquartered in Mumbai in India. Been around for good 12 years, well covered in India as a geography. We have gone global now, wherein we are operational in Middle East, North America, and Southeast Asia is the core market, is where our focus is. We are part of Reliance Retail. That's where we power all of Reliance Retail commerce solution. In terms of numbers, we are doing around 5 billion GMV on our platform. 220 million active customers are there, and this solution is deployed across 20,000 stores. What we do is, if I have to summarize in few quick words, we transform retail experiences with our unified commerce platform. That's where we seamlessly integrate the online and offline channels to provide a single view of inventory. With our own platform, the brands can utilize the endless aisle and other solutions, which I'll be talking more in depth over the course of time. In terms of the platform, right from Commerce Builder to store solutions to headless integration, all is available on our platform. We don't just stop there in terms of supply chain. That is the post-purchase journey. We have an order management system, a warehouse management system, transport management system, and carrier management also available to support you. This is the core topic which I would like to cover in my discussion today. It's the store operating system. What is a store operating system? It's mainly used to transform into experience centers. How we are able to do this is with our endless aisle solution, our distance selling, which can be home shopping also, clienteling, anywhere checkout, and scan and go solution. We have deployed this solution across 5,000 stores. To name a few, brand, Diesel, Steve Madden are already using this solution. And we have observed that the cart abandonment rate has reduced by close to 5 to 8%, and increased purchase has nearly increased by 20%. And the CSAT score, we have been able to achieve around 85%, which in turn has resulted in better customer experience as well as increasing in the store productivity. Out of the modules which are available in the store operating system, I would like to cover a few key modules, that is endless aisle and home shopping, which the brands are using at large, and the benefits which they have achieved using these modules is what I would like to speak more about. The first part being endless aisle solution. What is an endless aisle solution? In simple terms, when there is unavailability of stock and you may lose out on the sale, we have an application which is being used by the store associate. Most importantly, the global catalog is available on this application because we have integrated with the ERPs and the POS of the brand. So we have a view of all the inventory available at the stock points. So with that, just let's take a journey. If you visiting a store, Diesel store, a particular jeans size was not available, the store associate using this application will call out, this inventory is available at some other store or stock point, and it can be delivered to your doorstep. How this is possible is our application is integrated with the payment gateways of that particular country and the logistics service provider. We don't only restrict to normal deliveries, the hyperlocal deliveries are also available. So in short, this helps the store associate to prevent loss of sale when there is unavailability of stock, and moreover in cross-sell and upsell. The key features, what you see here is with the help of recommendation, customization. I'd like to talk more on the customization because when this order is passed to some other stock point, if we want just a few examples, like if you want to gift wrap the product, okay, it's a made to order, we want to give particular specification, that can be passed to the other store. And this is all routed through our key solution, that is the order management system. This, using the endless aisle solution, we have seen an uptick of close to 8 to 15% in terms of store sales. And most importantly, there is no capex involved, right? Because it's online. So that's where the brands are also benefited at large. The other solution or the other feature which I would like to talk about is more of home shopping or distance selling, which goes very well in terms of the luxury segment. And we observed during pandemic, when there were less footfalls at the store, the brand started using more of an home shopping feature. What it means like here is every store will have their own catchment area, right? So the store associate, they can do, they can create personalized catalogs for their customers and can be shared and viewed on the customer fingertips. Okay, so that's where shoppable catalogs, shareable catalogs are available. The comfort of the customers to view it and place an order is all possible through our store operating system. Moreover, in terms of numbers, we have observed close to 78% there is a repeat purchase from the companies that has helped in personalizing the catalog to the customers on their fingertips. I would just like to take an example of a brand, a global brand like Diesel, who solved the use case in terms of loss of sale, right, by making use of our solution. So they deployed the endless aisle and the home shopping feature, and they have seen an uptick of close to 14% in terms of additional sales, where their 80% stores are live. Moreover, in terms of home shopping, they had fashion consultants who were reaching out to their customers, but that was more on an manual approach through SMSs, through WhatsApp. But using our application, they can directly create customized collections as per the past history and share it to the customer. That has resulted in an uptick of business for brands like Diesels and many other luxury brands. That's from my side. I would pass on the mic to Hazim to invite the next guest, please.
Thank you, Yazdan. Thank you. That was definitely awesome what you guys are doing with the retail technology. In fact, that reminded me of my shopping experience when I used to, buy from a brand here called Landmark. I'm sure you guys know about it. I was never a person who used to, buy stuff from online until very recently, when I actually experienced the entire journey on the entire journey that they've built for the convenience of the customer online. So yeah, definitely I can see what you guys have done there, and really appreciate what you've done. Great. We have next up in line, Mariette Hati. Would you like to take over? The floor is yours.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm just going to share my screen. Can everyone see my screen okay? Yeah, perfect. So hi everyone, my name is Mairead and I head up EMEA partnerships at Klaviyo. For those of you who don't know Klaviyo, we're an AI product discovery suite that includes smart search, smart category merchandising and smart recommendations. And we've also launched a new product recently called Moi, which is an AI virtual assistant online. So today I'm going to be talking about evolving consumer behavior and how specifically through site search optimization, you can really move the needle in terms of overall conversion rate optimization. So I've been working at Klaviyo now for the past 6 years, and prior to being in the partnerships team, I was managing some of our enterprise customer portfolio. So first, let's delve into the current state of the shopper. So over the past few years, online retail has faced significant fluctuations due to various economic factors. The COVID-19 pandemic initially spurred a massive surge in online shopping, as we all know, physical stores were forced to close. However, as restrictions eased and physical stores started to reopen again, the e-commerce sector saw a decline in growth rates. The ongoing cost of living crisis has really further impacted the consumer behavior, with increased price sensitivity and hesitation to make purchases. So looking at this kind of graph here, we can see that in May 2024, it recorded the best revenue figures of the year so far, with a year-on-year decline of just minus 1.3%. This improvement can be attributed to 2 bank holiday weekends coinciding with the sunny weather, the first in early May seeing the highest weekly increase of 2024 with a plus 2.3% year-on-year growth. Further analysis reveals varying performance across other product categories as well. So we see health, beauty, sporting and outdoors have consistently shown year-on-year growth, whilst the gifts category has seen a significant revenue decline. Notably, single category retailers are outperforming multi-category retailers. And this may be because customers are making more intentional purchases. So they're preferring to shop with specialized retailers where they can quickly find the products that they're looking for without browsing through a large array of a product catalog. I also think that this has something to do with D2C growing and people preferring retailers that they trust who can really personalize the shopping experience for them. We recently commissioned a YouGov research which found that 94% of British adults have shopped online in the last 6 months. Promisingly, only 3% never shop online. So this means that retailers should prioritize providing exceptional customer experiences in order to boost their conversion rate. And this strategy not only fosters loyalty amongst their existing shoppers, but can entice new shoppers as well, who may not typically shop as frequently with them. So now let's explore the crucial role of site search in terms of e-commerce conversion rate. So from my experience, the data you'll see in these slides about making your site search work well and positioning it from a usability perspective will really drive dividends for your company. So a little story from one of our clients, Sea Salt Cornwall, who I used to manage. They did a multivariant testing on the prominence and placing of the site search box on their e-commerce website. And by exposing it and making it more visible, it amounted in a 42% increase in sessions, which drove a 47% increase in revenue year on year by encouraging search as that primary route of navigation. Okay, so now let's look at some of the numbers. Our research indicates that a significant proportion of online shoppers rely heavily on site search to find products quickly and efficiently. In fact, 65% of online shoppers frequently use the search bar. And data from IMRG confirms that site search usage significantly boosts conversion rates overall as well. For instance, the average conversion rate for customers who used the search feature was notably higher compared to those who did not use it. Specifically, looking at new customers who use search, they had a conversion rate of 5.6%, while existing customers had a conversion rate of 7.6%, compared to just 2.6% for those who did not use search. And data from our own customer census as well from the same year shows that site-wide and e-commerce conversion rates are significantly higher than the industry average when using the Klaviyo platform, an average of 8%, with pets, beauty, books, and stationery at the higher rate of a conversion rate of 10% plus. So now here's some actionable tips on how you can improve your site search performance. And having a good search provider will help you achieve much more manually by managing your search results automatically. But these tips can apply to anyone, no matter what you use. So first, as I was saying about sea salt, make sure you expose the search bar. So exposing the search bar is the best way to encourage people to search. And even better, as you can see with Trading Depot, add in placeholder text to encourage longer tail queries, which amount in a higher conversion rate, or SKU-based searching for more of the B2B businesses. Next, add auto suggestions on the overlay as well. So show rich content within the overlay, including product recommendations, content, pricing, offers, images, text, to really encourage the shopper to carry on with their search journey, and especially think about how this is displayed on mobile as well. And you can even showcase dynamic content as well in the form of banners, for example, for brands or how-to guides, etc. Finally, then, automate the findability of products. So without an AI search experience, your team is left with a mountain of work to manually do in order to make sure your customers can find the products that they're looking for. And if the store isn't able to surface the products that they're looking for, you're risking your customers bouncing and turning to a competitor. Also, make filters and facets dynamic so your shoppers can drill down to find the exact products that they're looking for quickly and easily. Finally, I really recommend auditing your search and product discovery experience often. At Klaviyo, we do offer a free comprehensive audit where we're measuring all of the different aspects of product discovery and able to provide insight into, what's working well and what needs a bit more work. So Paul Smith actioned some of these things from the audit that I discussed. So they needed a composable e-commerce architecture that suits the needs of their business, and they could grow and change with it too. They use Klaviyo Search, smart category merchandising, and product recommendations in order to serve up much more accurate results to shoppers faster than ever before. They can trust the AI to deliver the right products, content to shoppers without needing to manually merchandise all of the time, and only do this when there's a strategic need. Similarly, we're seeing with the Cambridge Satchel Company, them incorporating their marketing technology in order to truly personalize the results. Thank you so much for listening. And if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them at the end. Back to you, Hazim. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariad. I couldn't help but notice. Did you say 3% of the people are? Only 3% of online shoppers are there?
Yeah,
wow.
Of the YouGov report that we did that haven't shopped online in the past 6 months. So I think, yeah, COVID has definitely pushed people to get more used to shopping online. And I think if you're able to deliver a great customer experience, it will keep them coming back for more.
Wow, that's a staggeringly low number than I expected, to be honest. But you know what? I completely agree with you when you said about customers shopping from retailers they trust. I myself, as I would like to consider one of those customers. And very rarely do I go on shopping at places that I do not know or don't trust that much, to be honest. Great. Maria, thank you so much. That was really insightful. A brilliant piece from you. Now we've got our final speaker, Ashwin. We've got questions coming in, so we'll definitely keep it for the end, for the Q&A session. But for now, I'd like Ashwin for you to take over and enlighten us with your knowledge.
Hey, thanks a lot. I'm Ashwin. Hello, everyone. I head the customer service product marketing function within Freshworks. I firstly wanted to thank Mustafa and the Vigo team for joining us for this session and sharing their long-standing partnership and experience with Freshworks. So today's session is primarily going to be focused on how AI is becoming really imperative for retailers to adopt and see what is the impact of AI in the retail industry, right? So Madrid actually gave me a great segue in terms of how the shopping experiences for customers has been. So what I'm going to be touching upon is the post-purchase phase, where how businesses and retailers engage with customers much more seamlessly, and also at the same time how AI is becoming imperative for the businesses to adopt and make sure that they invest in the right places. So without taking a lot of time, I'll get into the actual crux of the story. Before that, a quick introduction about Freshworks. We have been in the customer service industry for the last 14 years now. We are the first Indian SaaS company to get listed in NASDAQ. We just crossed over $600 million in ARR in 2023, and we have over 65,000 customers globally, and we have been recognized across all major analyst firms like Gartner and Forrester. And when it comes to the retail sector specifically, Freshworks has purpose-built its products specifically for the retail segment, and we actually cater to a lot of global retailers, including Vigo, Hamleys, Big Bazaar, Decathlon, and multiple other retail brands that you see on the slide. So getting to the topic of today's discussion around how technology is, what are the major technology trends that have impacted the retail industry, and how Gen AI has become an imperative for retailers to look into investing, and how do they engage with customers, right? So what we are seeing today is a lot of global brands are definitely putting in money and investments into Gen AI because they see a huge value in it. And why are they doing it is definitely to engage seamlessly with customers, and also at the same time be more productive and have the right set of tools that can empower their internal employees to make sure that they engage in a much more efficient manner with customers after the sales situation. So what was the world before Gen AI? Because we have been hearing about Gen AI quite a lot in a lot of forums, especially for the last 1 year. So what was the world without Gen AI? The world without Gen AI for any retailer was a customer who's basically engaging with the business ends up actually having a lot of frustrating experiences, especially when they start interacting with a chatbot. The chatbot is actually not purpose-built for offering more personalized services. So half the time, customers feel that their issues are not getting resolved. And on the other side, especially on the agents who are engaging with customers, they are operating on a lot of frequent asks that comes from customers. They are working on a lot of mundane tasks, which takes a lot of their time. So productivity is a big issue. And for a customer service leader who is always looking to see how their team's performance is, it's always a big challenge for them to have a data and have visibility towards how their team performance is in one place. So all of these issues and challenges actually puts a big pressure on the cost in which a customer service organization operates. And this is the world where Gen AI was not there. So what we see today with Gen AI is phenomenal, right? So we are seeing our customers who have adopted Gen AI where a lot of resolutions have been automatically pushed off, and it has basically been handled by the chatbots, and the deflection percentage has increased over a period of time. So today, close to 70% of resolutions are automated with AI-powered self-service bots. And when it comes to how productivity has increased from an agent side, close to 60% of time has been saved for the agents in terms of putting the time in the right place, in the right task, and focusing on issues that requires more attention, and make sure that they are also getting a lot of support from GenAI capabilities that is more integral to the part of customer service industry. And when it comes to the leaders, it is more important for them to have visibility of what their team's performance is. And AI is able to give real-time data, and that also has a big impact on the time that leaders put in to understand and get more insights to take more informed decisions. So all of this has actually made a huge impact for our customers and them seeing a lot of cost saving up to 80%. So what is stopping businesses to adopt AI, right? So there is definitely a huge potential for customers to engage with businesses on AI platforms and chatbots. But why are still businesses still considering, is it the right time for me to invest, or is it the right thing for me to invest on? And definitely the cost of AI is becoming a big challenge. The businesses are considering whether AI is going to become very expensive. Is it the right thing for me to invest on? And they also feel that from our recent conversations, they also feel how it is going to be becoming very tough for them to implement into their current tech stack. And is it really purpose-built for my industry? In this case, does it really work on the retail customers or a retail business? And of course, security and governance is a very difficult decision for customers and businesses to expose customer data. In those cases, these are the biggest challenges that we are at least hearing from business. And what is the right thing that businesses should ideally look for is a product or a solution that basically has a mix of all of this, right? And that's where Freshworks comes in. And Freshworks offers an all-in-one solution which basically spans across the traditional channels like, say, ticketing, or the recent messaging channels like conversations, or the upcoming or the evolving channels like chatbots, and enable businesses to engage with customers in the channel of their choices. So be it automating self-service across various channels, including, say, chatbots or voice or ticketing, Freshworks offers a full scale and breadth and depth of channel capabilities. And we also offer Freddy Copilot, which is our self-service agent, and which basically empowers agents to be more productive and also offer more personalized resolutions for customers. And also it helps in making agents have a better visibility of the customer context. So today, a lot of agents who are trying to address a customer issue will have to switch over multiple systems to get one single data. So Freddy AI enables an agent to have a larger visibility around what the customer wants and what the customer historic conversations has been, so that an agent can be more relevant and more personalized when addressing their comments. And when it comes to decision making for leaders, it is about having the right set of information. And what Freshworks have done is we have built a unified analytics platform, which basically provides much more real-time data, which surfaces across all the channels that customers engage with business, and also at the same time allows leaders to take decisions faster. So what we have done so far is to make sure that we kind of bring in GenAI as an integral part to the customer service, and make sure that our customers and our partners are realizing more value, and also make sure that they kind of have more return on investments while putting in their money into GenAI. So that's what I wanted to share for today. And thanks everyone for listening, and I'll pass it on to Hazem for the next session.
Thank you, Ashwin. Thank you so much for that. It's all about personalization, isn't it, Ashwin? It's all about personalization. It's about how you can personalize your customer's experience in order to convert them, in order to give them a good experience so that they can purchase from you and keep coming back to you again and again. I completely agree on that one. And I think you hit the nail on that one, I must say. Great. You know what, guys, I think I've had some, I've gained more knowledge than I had about an hour ago. So definitely enjoying this enlightenment session for me, and thanks to you all. You know, we touched on some amazing points. You know, completely agree on what Marriott said about customers having wanting to shop at retailers that they trust, and Yazdan's session about how fluid the customer's experience is with with the Find OS, and also last but not least Ashwin's touch about personalization in the system. We do have time for questions now, but before I begin the questions, I'd like to ask our speakers, do you, and especially Mustafa, do you have any questions to ask each other?
Thank you so much, Hazem. I'm okay. Thank you, everyone on the call.
Awesome. All right, cool. So let's jump on to the Q&A session. Now, this is the interesting part. I'm really excited to see what our audience have, ask you guys. Let's see. The first question we have for Kim. It doesn't mention to whom the question is directed to, but I'll read out the question, and you can decide, whoever wants to go for it first, or maybe all of you can go one after the other. Right. So the first question is, what is the biggest challenge that customers face in the digital retail experience? Who'd like to go first for this one? Nobody?
I can.
Yazdan, what about you?
Yeah,
sure, Ashwin. Go ahead.
So customers, the engagement is something from, especially from a customer service and experience side, engagement has been a bigger challenge, right? Because customers today kind of engage with businesses through multiple mediums and channels, and having more relevant conversations and finding the right depth of information across channels and being more consistent has been a big challenge, at least from what we have noticed. So having a more unified way of approaching and engaging with customers has been priority for a lot of tech companies, be it from a purchase side or from a post-purchase side. It is all about having engagement with customers in the channel of their choices.
Great stuff, Ashwin. Yazdan, Marriott, do you have any answers to those questions?
I think Yazdan's
frozen.
I can go next. So yeah, I think from some of the stats I was sharing earlier, I think that economic factors really affecting retailers right now. The cost of acquisition is super high. So I think really making sure that you're able to differentiate from your competitors by providing great customer experience is essential. And it's much easier to double your conversion rate than it is to double the amount of visitors on site. So I think really focusing on how you can move that needle and the type of technology you can implement in order to get more efficiency or to make kind of life easier and simple to help boost conversions is key for brands right now.
Brilliant. A funny thing you mentioned about the economic trend right now, because we have another question on that, which says there's no name again, to whom it's directed to, but I guess you guys will be able to answer this. So the question is, as the economy shows negative trends, are there any strategies that are helping keep sales strong in e-commerce or omnichannel?
I'll take that up. Am I audible?
Yep. Yes. Go ahead.
Last question also I wanted to answer there, but I missed out. But yeah. So see, you rightly talked about, right, when in terms of today in e-commerce, the trend in terms of margins, right, what the businesses have to put pretty not that great. Okay. So that's where what we have observed is businesses selling through marketplaces, creating that audience. Okay, once they have that audience, the communication is clear with the customers. That's when they focus more on their D2C website. Okay, so if that connect is what you have built and you are able to show, okay, what that product has to offer, then the customers will be willing to come to the D2C website, where then the brands or the retailers are saving on the margin, but they have to shell out something. So that's where some icing on the cake has to be offered to the customer to still come and shop from their own D2C website. So I believe that's one of the approaches. But if you ask me personally, online, retailers have been burning the pockets.
Interesting. Thank you so much for that, Yeza. I mean, we do have some time, so if you want to answer the previous question, be my guest.
So rather, I just wanted to answer in a way that today every individual is bombarded with information, right? So if you just you're talking with your friend, that word has been captured by your mobile, right? And the data will just keep flowing to you through different mediums, right? So but that's one of the tactics, right? We have to be seen. If you are seen, you are heard, then you are on top of the mind, right? But it's just an observation and a statement which I wanted to give, right? We have to see how much we should bombard our customers also, so that it doesn't go over the head.
Yeah, agreed. We have one question from a Rashmi Sharma. What emerging technologies do you believe will have the most significant impact on the retail industry, and how should retailers prepare for these changes? Seems like a very good question. Who would like to go first?
So I can probably just pitch in here. So from a technology perspective, a couple of major things, right? One is, of course, Gen AI, as I was discussing. Gen AI is definitely having a huge impact on retail industry, because there's a huge ton of especially on the B2C industries, right, including retail, where there is a lot of engagement that our businesses should ideally have with customers, and they need to scale as per seasonal demands, as per market demands. So a retailer should ideally be more productive in terms of how they should be engaging, and also making sure they adopt the right technology to engage and scale their business at the same time. So Gen AI, of course, is number one, probably a biggest technology that is going to have a bigger impact. And the other major thing, it's not net new, and I'm probably repeating this, is an omni-channel experience, right? As probably Yazdan also called out earlier, omni-channel is key for retail, because every day you see more new messaging channels or social channels through which businesses start engaging with customers. So it is imperative for any retailers to adopt an omni-channel strategy. So these are two major things that I could think of.
Brilliant. What about Marian? Would you like to answer that question?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think some of it comes back to, I think there's so many exciting changes, how Ashwin was saying about kind of Gen AI. As I said, at Klaviyo, we've launched a product called Moi, which is an AI kind of virtual assistant, so mimicking that experience you get if you walked into a physical store online. But I think I would argue that there still needs to be a focus on getting some of the basics right. So really focusing on, a lot of the time now we have clients come to us and we're like, we want to implement AI. And it's like, okay, but what are you trying to achieve? Like, what are the business objectives? What challenges are you trying to solve? And I think it's about really drilling back down to that question and finding out like what key requirements you need, and then picking the right technology, not picking technology first and then fitting the business needs to that. And I think with all of the buzzwords that have always happened in e-commerce, I think sometimes that can get lost. So I think really focus on like what is needed, what problems and challenges are you solving, and then finding the right solutions to increase efficiency, increase conversion rate, and that can scale with your business.
Brilliant. I mean, it goes back to the old adage, doesn't it? The technology should support your operations and not the other way around. Brilliant, Marid. Vaseem, you're someone who always adopts the newest technologies. Do you have a response to that question? You're on mute, Vaseem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
now
back.
I'm audible. Yeah. So I have answers for two questions. So I will answer for the first question. Someone asked for how to increase the sales in retail in the economic condition is very bad this time. So there is nothing like that for omnichannel retailing, because in omnichannel retailing, the thing is we should be present in front of the customer, whether we are getting sale or not, because we don't know from where customer will buy. Maybe he's buying from our offline store, maybe he's buying from through one of our, in our cases, sales executive, or maybe through our online or WhatsApp store. So we should be present rather than focusing on sales. Definitely, this online technologies, online stores will give you more brand awareness. Then we can showcase our products more into customers. Then we can do the retargeting to the customers. A lot of other options are there rather than focusing on sales only. Yeah. And in the second case, technology, yes, definitely. When Ashwin showcased something about the IKEA is turning out the customer care executives into interior consultants. So rather, customer care executive, we have to change their name to consultants. For us, our case, all our customer service executives are packaging consultants. So we made them as a consultant. We have given them the FAQs, frequently answered questions, as well as whatever knowledge base which we can provide in the packaging segments. We have given them through the AI things, and we have created a knowledge base as well. So they are now packaging consultant. So we have to focus on more AI-based things to empower our current employees to become more productive.
Amazing, Wasim. I mean, that's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, a small change in perspective, and it can result in something really, really beautiful. Mustafa, you had said you had raised your hand for something. Do you have any inputs to share?
Yeah, and just wanted to put an input for the second questions when asked about the emerging technologies, and the feedback hit that the technologies never ends. The development for the technologies from day to day goes up, the limits of the sky, and we see, and the most of the AIs today, the AI does today whatever we were dreaming about yesterday. So what retailers and what other corporations need to start getting for these changes to focus on the engineering side, because we have now to invest in our engineers. We have to make our engineers, the capacity of the engineers, ready to get developing and optimizing, moving in parallel with these technology trends that is happening in all the industries, whether it's e-commerce or like any other kind of technologies that is now affecting our business. We have to really invest in our engineering as well, the resources and the manpower in particular.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's actually a good insight over there as well. Great. We do have time for. We actually have one more question from Hassam Qureshi. I think Ashwin, you might find this interesting. So, how are AI and machine learning being utilized to improve retail operations and customer interactions?
So I can probably answer it from an customer interaction perspective, right? So typically today, when an agent or a business starts engaging with a customer and starts having conversation, they try to understand customer intent, customer emotions, what is the language that we should be talking to, what kind of tone we should be using to the customer. So AI actually brings in much more consistency and discipline for an agent to respond back and have a more personalized conversation with the customer. So AI basically builds in summaries, it brings in tools which are going to enhance the responses and the quality of responses, right? So all of this is having a huge impact. And what we are actually seeing is AI is making sure that the quality of responses are in such a way that an agent really don't have to read the response twice while kind of responding back to a customer. So from a conversation perspective, I think GenAI is building much more consistency and quality outcomes is what I can. And in terms of operations, maybe Yasin, you can probably.
Yeah, thanks, Ashwin. I just wanted to bring from the retail perspective, want to add a few of my learnings and understanding. See, when we talk about AI from retail operations perspective, I guess supply chain, replenishment, manufacturing is one of the key parts of any retail, right? So AI can play a very active role if I have the right inputs. I know what is the weather condition want to look like, the global warming. I'm just giving you examples, right? With that, if I'm entering a particular city, country, what is the demographics, age group? So I can prepare or manufacture, okay, what I want to for that particular geography with the help of AI. Okay, that's one part from the replenishment supply chain perspective. When we talk about customer interaction, I can say one important aspect is from the conversational AI perspective. That's where the chatbots and virtual assistants have come in. The initial first 4 questions are easily answered by them, and if then need be, then a human interaction can be started. So many things have been automated, and it has made really easy from retail operations and customer interaction perspective.
Brilliant. We have one more question, and I think that would be it. And this is an interesting one. The question is, when do you think AI SaaS models will become affordable for SMEs?
AI, I can take that. The first part in terms of affordability, it depends on the scale in which they are planning to invest, right? Because AI models are available free of cost today, as in it depends on how much data they want to invest on, what kind of data models they want to actually go with. But from what is currently available in the market, that AI is definitely cost efficient. It is more about what are the outcomes that you will see while adopting AI, and to what scale you want to adopt AI. Those are the 2 things that will define whether AI is affordable for a business or not.
How about anyone else who would like to answer the question? Oh. You know what? I completely.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mari.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, there's so much AI out there in the market at the moment, and I definitely think there's like different levels or powerfulness of AI. So I think it's about working out like what you can afford to invest in as a business. Make sure that you're continuously tracking performance against that. So pre and post implementing AI. And then as your business begins to scale, you then might change technology. You then might change, the type of AI you're using in order to scale with your business. So I don't think that just because you're a small business, it's prohibitive that you can't have anything. It might just not be the absolute best and, absolutely where you want to get to. But if you continue to track, continue to grow, that's where you can strive to getting towards.
Just to add,
sorry, right? Go ahead, Ashwin. Go ahead.
Sorry. So just to add on to that, I think it's very important to identify the digital maturity for a business, for a retailer especially, right? Because they are going through a journey that's a very transformative journey. They've started from a storefront, building an online platform, doing business on WhatsApp. So the maturity level in terms of how retailers are looking to adopt AI is very critical. So the investments that are going to go into AI is definitely going to be significant when it comes to the scale of the business and also the maturity levels.
Brilliant. Yeah, I was just going to say that what Marid said completely makes sense, and what you just added on to that as well, Ashwin. We've got a lot of questions coming in. We've got 2 more minutes, so let's just quickly run over those 2 questions. I love the interactive session that we have. So one of them is from Ahmed, and he says, I see mobile commerce, m-commerce, is one of the new tools that will merge the retail and online sales channels like mobile devices. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Wasim, would you like to take that one? I mean, I know you built a mobile app for your customers, or was it for your staff members? I'm a bit confused there.
Yeah, so I can answer that question. Shall I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so in terms of mobile commerce, so it's based on the product and the service which we are providing to the customers. If it is we are working on a product which is having a recurring order from regular customers, then I should suggest going for building an app. Or if it is like a retail product where not many customers are ordering, a returning customer rate is very less, then we can go with a web page or the web itself rather than going for a mobile-based commerce. Because even in Shopify or even WooCommerce or any other platform or Magento, all the platform, the web is very interactive, same like having a mobile app. And what I suggest will be focusing on the conversational commerce. We are mostly into the conversational commerce now because there are a lot of companies offering online store and sharing the products online. In between, if we need to get the right customers, we have to offer them a personalized touch. So we are focusing on mobile commerce and social commerce mostly.
Not bad, not bad. I did not expect an undeserving answer. I mean, a deserving answer than that, from you. Well done, Wasim. That's brilliant. Anybody else would like to answer that question? I mean, it's not a question. It's more of a statement. If anybody would like to, expand on that or give their thoughts on that statement. If not, I have another question, and I think that'll be it. Is it okay, or do you want to say something, Maried, or can I just go ahead with the next question?
It's fine. Go ahead with the next one. I can answer it in a follow-up.
All right. So this one's from Ankur. What are the challenges of adopting omnichannel retail strategies, and how can technology help overcome them? I think that's what the question. Yes. Who would like to go for this one? Yazdan, go ahead.
Why not? This is my everyday thing. So I pitch this to my friends, and I'm happy to take this question also today. I think it's about the mindset also first. Today, when we talk about omnichannel, it's still a minuscule percentage only of overall online business, right? So I think the key challenge is what I believe is data silos. Okay. How I can get my inventory from various stock points, collate it and publish it across all my order taking channels. It's all possible if we are open to integrate with the core legacy systems and the point of sale in terms of retail, which is very important application. So if I can integrate with the legacy systems, I get the inventory view, I can publish it across the front end, my order taking channel. So this is all possible if you have the right inventory management and order management system. And most importantly, we have to train our own people. Okay, they still believe sometimes they are losing on the incentives if I fulfill the order coming from the store on online. So I guess it's still a matter of time from the balance sheet perspective. Also, a company understands that it's all under one umbrella. Right? We are bringing it together and we are solving a use case here.
Brilliant. Anybody else would like to go for that question?
Yeah, I'm happy to. So I think, so some of the, I think online and from a product discovery perspective, you should really think about how your online relates to the experience that you would expect in store. So if you went into a store and you needed some help, you could go up to a shop assistant. You'd expect them to guide you on that shopping journey and give you the relevant products. Now, what baffles me sometimes is that retailers aren't necessarily thinking about that when they go onto their online store. So with misspellings, if I say the word couch as opposed to sofa, if I look for a more longer tail query, it's important to kind of be able to showcase those relevant products to provide that same experience that you get on store online to delight your customers and keep them coming back for more. And I think, you've got so much more opportunity from an AI perspective online because you can track every single customer interaction, what products they're clicking on, what they're viewing, etc., etc. So you can really use that AI to truly personalize online. So I think it's all about, investing, I guess, in the right technology and seeing, the online as a direct replica of the type of experience that you'd want to create in store and testing out that customer journey and seeing where the gaps are.
That's actually brilliant. Thank you so much, Maried. All right, we've actually passed our 1 hour mark, but I do have one question. It's not exactly a question, but let me take a poll from our speakers. We've spoken a lot about AI. and its role in retail and also in customers' lives. And this is a question that I came across recently while I was, surfing the internet or whatnot. What do you guys think? Is AI a feature or a product? Let's start from Ashwin.
It's definitely a product. Feature, when we talk about AI as a feature, we see that in terms of very operationally, right? How somebody can adopt. But AI is becoming more imperative to see on how it can be implemented end to end, right from a pre-purchase decision where a customer is looking for information about a product or a business, during the purchase decision, to identify, to discover, to learn more about the product, and also the post-sale situation where a customer engages with the business again, right? So AI is a complete package, and it's definitely a product, is how I look at it.
Amazing. What about you, Yazdan?
I second that, what Ashwin just said. Definitely, it's a product today in any walk of life, right? I'm just giving on what I use it on daily basis. If I want to search about a particular company, I want to record a call, I want to get the minutes of the meeting, it's just everywhere. Yeah. So rightly, I'm sure there are more things to come in the near future as per the problem statements we have in the market. So AI, if you ask me personally, is a product at hand.
Awesome. Mariette?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with the vast array, of how AI is impacting overall life and every aspect of it, I definitely think it's a product, and I'm excited to see how the new changes and how it will evolve even further in the future.
Brilliant. Mustafa?
I would say the AI started as a feature, and now it developed to become a product. So at the beginning, we start automating some workflow through some automation inputs and some automation development. And now we develop that to come up with a product that optimizing all this workflow using the AI features. And so essentially it started with a feature, and now it becomes a product.
Brilliant. That's definitely interesting. What about you, Wasim? Wasim, are you there?
Yeah, for me also, I'll suggest AI as a product is based on the business, or it's can you hear?
Yes, I can.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, AI is a product. So it's based on the product and the service and the activity which we are in. So based on that, we can utilize it. So we can
amazing
product based on it's totally based on the business which is it. Yeah.
Got it. Awesome, guys. We've got more questions, but unfortunately we are way overhead of our time. But don't worry, you can ask all your questions. We can answer your questions offline via email, so we will definitely do that for you. Just before the end, let me just share quickly my screen to you. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Right. Just to end things off, guys, thank you so much for your insights. Well, it has definitely been very enlightening to me, as I'm sure it was for many of our audience who've tuned in with us today. Like I said earlier, I am definitely walking away with a lot more knowledge than I had about an hour ago, and that is thanks to you guys. Thank you so much to our special guest speakers, Mustafa and Wasim, for gracing this webinar with your thoughts and experiences. And a massive thanks for our partners from Clayvu, Find, and Freshworks as well. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this will be the first of many events. So, and we do have many more lined up. So do follow us on all our socials and stay tuned for more to come. Thank you so much for our audience for listening into our webinar and for making this a very interactive session by asking your questions. I hope you all took away useful knowledge from this very insightful session. You all will be receiving a recording of this webinar in the email you used to register for this webinar. And for those of you registered but were unable to attend, worry not, you will still receive a recording as well. Once again, thank you so much for attending. We will see you in the next one.
Thank you.